I was trying to think of trips because my father and mother really brought me everywhere around the United States. And that's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. But sometimes, if it was during summer and there wasn't much school and I'm not missing out on education and my mother isn't seriously drugging the shit out of me, my mother's not drinking and going nuts like she is most of the time, then a vacation can be good. Trying to think of one where my mother didn't screw it all up. And then, it wasn't like I was screwing things up. If somehow I had a cigarette, nobody even knew I had that. And it's not like I wanted anybody to know I had a habit, yet they already knew from previous. But on the cruise, everybody doesn't know that I'm smoking. But it does get ruined for me with medication. First, my mother wants to point that out, and second, then she wants me to leave the dining room table in front of all these guests. And then I go to the room and I gotta take meds, but then they fall out of my mouth in a sink. So I can't use the water from the sink, and it's probably gross water coming out of those pipes anyways. But I can't use the fridge water because my father doesn't like me using you gotta pay large amounts for those waters. So then I go in the cabinets looking for a water, and there's a seltzer water, just regular, tonic water. I go to take a sip. Oh no, Father's gin. He switched out the bottles. Oh no, my father switched out the bottles. Yeah. Now I'm getting gin with medication that could shut down my body. Good thing I vomited and spit up. Actually, it was a little spit up in my throat and a big ejection of anything in my mouth straight into the sink, kind of a little bit on the backboard. It went kind of everywhere. I'm trying to wipe it up. Pills are gone. Just terrible. And if I did swallow those pills anyways, I pretty much was out, lethargic, and no matter how many times I complained, well, it makes you feel funny, drowsy, sick, doesn't matter. But Orlando, Florida, or someplace we went, we got to see Jurassic Park World or something, Orlando Studios, and that was probably the best one I ever was able to go to. I don't remember my mother getting too drunk. I think we even might have at Orlando. We got to see like a Jaws exhibit, and we got to see like a dinosaur come out of a bush and try to bite me, and it was scary but fun, and it wasn't too expensive, so my father wasn't going nuts like, man, this is a lot of money, there's a lot of money. It seemed like my father was more calm on this Orlando trip, a much smaller park. My mother seemed to be less drunk and less aggressive. I don't remember the medications situation or in Orlando or Universal Studios, I think it was, or something like that. Whatever it was probably one of the best trips I had with my parents. And I think there might have been less medication, but I might be wrong about that. It might have just been so young, I wasn't paying attention to what my mother had me on. It was really hard for me to understand at 7 years old that me having an overdose, losing my sight, losing my ability to talk, my breathing slowing down, going unconscious on newspapers, and having my nervous system, skin, and whole body change for life, the way I talk, the way I walk, the way I move, all that meant nothing because I didn't understand it yet. So I wouldn't know at a young age, but that was a good trip. No matter what you say, the Orlando studio trip was good.